Update 48 has dropped to Bloons TD 6, including a brand new skin for Adora, the first hero to receive a 4th skin, including their default one, a brand new Paragon in the form of the Spike Factory Paragon, which has a lot of M's, which I've forgotten how many M's there are. I know there are 3, but which one they are pronounced as, I do not know. Channel of the Power She-Ra with a premium Adora skin and Sword of She-Ra Power. Basically another purchasable with real life currency rather than in-game currency sort of stuff when it comes to that sort of thing. Here we go. Mega Massive Munitions Factory. We will get to you at some point. Don't worry, we will. You and your 800,000. I think you're the second most expensive Paragon. The first one still being the Goliath Doom ship, which I'm surprised because of the fact that, well, this big boy's got a big price tag. Also, at the time of this recording, I just recently received my PC back from what literally was a really horrible time of not being able to connect to the internet and the computer always crashing. So yeah, that's fun, isn't it? When a update drops, your computer decides to die to want too many yellow balloons. So in today's video, we're just going to be having a nice, simple time on... Wait a minute, this isn't Tar Pits. This is not the newly introduced extreme difficulty to Bloons TD 6 that was in Bloons TD 5. No, this is Spar Pits, a more relaxing time. Just like Resort is more of a resort than Last Resort is. Now you might be noticing that Striker Jones is able to instantly kill a blue balloon at level 1, or in this case level 3, because of monkey knowledge points. But Jones has received double damage on all his levels. So rather than doing 1, he's doing 2. Rather than doing 2, he's doing 4. You get what I mean? But this also means that if you are doing any Mortar 2 Megapops and you are relying on Jones just as a means of being able to have your mortar get through those first few black balloons and zebra balloons, you better put him in a good spot where he's not going to steal anything, otherwise he will do double the damage that he normally would. And on some runs, having that double damage on Jones could make the difference between being able to get 2 megapots with your chosen mortar and always failing. Although there have been no mortar changes in update 48, as I think there are in the patch notes. There aren't any changes to the mortars themselves, which is very nice. I love my mortars, as you know on the channel. Although part of Jones's utility has gone down because the stun duration with his level 3 ability has gone down when it comes to the number of seconds in which it can stun a balloon, which in some cases for me, doing 2 megapops and all that jazz, can make the difference between a balloon being stunned for a long period of time and not, mainly Moabs. So since this map has plenty, and I mean plenty of circles in it, it is quite an ideal map if you are a fan of mortar balloons. So from the technician that repaired my computer, he has a bunch of things that he outlined that he did in order to repair my computer. Updated the BIOS system and all of its drivers from Asus, replaced the CMOS battery, uninstalled and reinstalled the GPU, which is Graphics Process Unit, or I've forgotten what it's called now, run memory tests on the RAM and GPU RAM, checked the temps, disks, SFC, which I don't know the stuff that goes along with that, or the DISM scans, done checks on viruses, stress test on the graphics process unit, disabled hardware acceleration on browsers as that can cause problems at times, had the computer connected both via cable, so Ethernet cable and Wi-Fi, because that was my primary issue in the first place, is that my computer could not connect to the internet. Someone in the chats did suggest that since Windows 11 is basically quite a common cause for your internet connection not really being there. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. And no, my computer did not die because I died to one too many yellow balloons. Although that would be a very funny coincidence that I died to a yellow balloon and I suddenly receive that lovely, lovely blue screen that every kind of developer, computer user always fears. I'm talking about the blue screen of death, by the way. And there's also an annoying rattling that went on, which he also fixed as well, but he said that it is a not a solid state drive problem, but it's a hard disk drive problem. So you know, the older hard disks that you get back in the day, not back in the day, but the ones which are cheaper can have more memory on them, but obviously don't process things as quickly as a solid state drive does, which does the same thing as hard disk drives, but a bit more efficiently, does things even quieter, and just all that jazz. I'm not a PC expert. I know a thing here or two about PCs. Like, I know that GPU is for your graphics, your CPU is the little chip that goes inside your motherboard. What I can tell a PC expert though, which I definitely would not, is how good my mortaring skills are in this game. Although I am a little bit concerned about, well, I'm going to try and see how far I can go with Jones and the tier 5 mortars on this map. We should get pretty far, but I'm just wondering how far. I might have to micro you a little bit when it comes to all of this, because we are going to encounter purple balloons, but I do forget that we're on easy difficulty, which means they don't move as fast, which means we might have a shot of being able to do this without needing to micro you too much. Although I may put you in the center if your camo decamification reaches all of this circle. And as you can imagine, not being able to connect to the internet, not because your router is down, not because your other devices can't connect to the internet, which mine certainly can. My Switch is able to connect, my PS5 is definitely able to connect, my mobile phone is able to connect. Sorry, smartphone. Mobile phone is so low 2000s, am I right? But just in general, if you're not able to connect to the internet with one of your devices but everything else does, then that means that is a PC problem, not a router problem, which is probably the worst off, because when it comes to internet related shenanigans, you'd rather if every single device can't connect to it rather than one device, because then it's not a router problem, it's a specific hardware problem, which is really annoying. And I'm sorry that this video is basically me talking about stuff that is not related to Bloons Tower Defense 6, but for goodness sakes, this single, well, a lot of this issue have been kept me away from this game, and therefore the introductory to update 48. I am definitely here now, but I'd rather be here sooner, when the update drops. But we are about to unleash the bigliest one onto the track. So I wasn't able to do any kind of silly April Fool's video, even though I didn't really have anything planned in mind. I might have done like a stupid Bloons TD tier list that people like to do, because I'm never included on any of them, but I'm not what you call down by that, honestly. Probably because I'm not that well known, or people haven't heard of me. In general, I don't mind, honestly. Here we go. Fortified Moabs. No thank you very much. And there goes round 62. That's fine. What about round 63? Nah, you go down. Go down, please. So as of the time of this recording, you're probably wondering, where is the 10 Paragons video? Well, I couldn't really make it without a PC, but that is in the works as you are watching this video. That video is in the works. Well, I did say that if you're looking to do a 2 megapops with Striker Jones as your hero for support, you don't want him to be necessarily stealing pops, because now he does double damage. But on the flip side, if you're looking to do 2 megapops with Striker Jones, then congratulations, he is now a better hero in order to do that with, because I think he was only ever done on Cubism, Dreambed of all goddamn maps. Also, I've heard that Polyphemus has been changed, so balloons now go around the eye, not just go through essentially what is the outside of a map, which was honestly really cancerous. but I think now it definitely earns an intermediate rather than a advanced status, honestly. It was more difficult than a lot of advanced maps before update 48, but I think it's actually an okay map as long as the eye doesn't bug your towers on the inside. That's the only thing I'm kind of concerned about. Here is Pop and R. Yeah, the Easter egg to this map only ever works before you actually click play for the first time. So you can't get to round 100, then initiate tar pits. You have to do it on the very beginning of the run. Okay, here's Shattering Smells. Yes, I know that's not the name of the tower, but it literally does smell. It's in the name. Okay, here we go. ZOMG. Not a chance. And if the Popanor doesn't pop you, then the biggest one certainly will. Jones is like an MIB when he gets to level 19 for your explosive needs. But I think people have beaten this map while under tar pit conditions on chimps. It's just that the amount of available towers nowadays in order to actually get the job done is much better than they are in Bloons Tower Defense 5. Sorry. Also, we've now got our final tier 5 mortar, which means where do we go from here? Well, I do fancy a engineer, you know, to give ourselves an increased amount of attack speed on all of our mortars at some point, but maybe I'll just play it with just these 4 towers that we have down here. Also, yes, your hero is a tower. Welcome to round 93 gaming. Here is where we may die to a yellow bullet. No, it won't actually be that round. Might be in the future though. I mean, it can't be a flare balloons video if we don't die to a yellow balloon, am I right? But I think I've died to too many of them, which has caused my PC to have its issues recently anyways. Although you are managing to decamera everything, which is very cool. Very, very cool indeed. Although you're actually really hot. So, can we do all of this? If only if you had normal damage type by default, bigliest one. Make sure in the future to call your tier 5 mortar the bigliest one if you got to this point. Because it don't have the biggest explosions. I think that's like Tsar Bomber ability, that sort of thing. Also, speaking of Tsar Bomber, it's been nerfed. I think Ninja Kiwi has realized that if you start with 865 cash, and if you're a megalomaniac when it comes to the ace microing sort of stuff, not megalomaniac as in like you got nothing else to do in your life, but megalomaniac as in what the hell, what kind of skills do you have at this game? You can essentially just solo an entire game of chimps using just Tsar Bomber, which is honestly an impressive feat, but also just goes to show that Ninja Kiwi kind of buffed it a bit too much. So yeah, now Tsar Bomber has slightly less bombing run damage, but still is a very powerful tower, let's just say that. So that is round 100 completed with a base super as our reward for all that. Just glad it's not the base start, which we get for free anyways. Also, who robbed me boy again? My round 100 support has been robbed again of its price. It's now even more expensive than it was before, although Copper Spikes is now cheaper, but I'm not interested in that for my purposes. Well, this is a nice hiding spot for your 2 megapops hiding towers. I just hope that it will be able to not hit anything over there. Although, knowing me, it will definitely hit something if it is a large enough target. Status reports 1.4 million on the bigliest one. Popanor has 1.5 million. And Bloons Generation has 1.35 million. I'm pretty sure this will overtake the other two at some point in the future, just because it's able to strip off the fortified property when it's a BFB and below. I don't know, does it remove it from the DDTs? What's your favorite aspect about Update 48 so far in Bloons Tower Defense 6? For me, this is my first game, so I don't really have a bias as to what's going on here. Although when I do try out the Mega Massive Munitions Factory, that might definitely be it. But I've yet to make a formative conclusion. Anybody like the Magpie DDTs of Update 48? Sneaky. And they do like to steal stuff, including your hopes and dreams. Okay, round 119. This is where we're going to need to do some microwaving. There we go. We're going to microwave up a hot meal for all of these balloons to be incinerated by the balloon incineration. If there's any round that might defeat us, it's going to be this round right here. If not, then it will be definitely round 140 with a stupid fortified bad on it. Okay, definitely need to be on the lookout for everything that's going on here. I need you to be down and out, please. Okay, let's just focus on the bad up here. Don't need to worry about the ZOMGs. They can be kind of stalled by the biggest one if it's not popping. Okay, it is popping. That's good. Okay, need you to take them all out. Why did I doubt myself for this round? I really have no idea. But alas, we are so back in business. Yeah, tens of thousands from these fortified balloons. So it's definitely going to take... It took over, all right? My hypothesis was not just a hypothesis. It became reality. With absolutely no bias whatsoever, Ninja Kiri, I would like for you to make the Mortar Paragon next. If not, make it the last Paragon ever made, because it's just that awesome of a tower that you need to delay its power curve. Do you know what I like about Jones? He's not just about himself. He is a team's sort of individual. You want somebody to motivate your team, he will be the man for it. Oh yeah, it does. I think it's the paint stripper monkey knowledge point that's doing this. Well, can you do it by default? Now I'm wondering. So we have 90k in the bank. What do we do with this 90k, you may ask? Well, I think we're just going to survive with what we've got going on here. I think we have proved that this is a very easy map. Obviously, if you manage to make this a 5-lane track, then it definitely will not be easy. You could almost say that that would be going to extreme measures. Extreme. Now I'm just wondering which of these mortars should I keep the Ultra Boost ability on now that they're all at ×10. Well, I think I may just alternate between the Popinor and the Balloon Incineration. Hopefully this is the correct strategy. I don't think it's really that beneficial to constantly have the ability on the biggest one. Okay, the biggest one is still overtaken the Pop and Ore, despite the bonus properties that Pop and Ore has over the biggest one when it comes to damaging certain kind of targets. I think it's just the area of effect that the biggest one has. And these Moabs are now making it pretty far into the map, so I think at some point we're going to have to concede defeat here. 137 has a humongous, and I repeat, a humongous amount of ZOMGs. Now this round has a humongous amount of DDTs, and there will soon be even more DDTs to come. Come on, send all the DDTs that you could possibly possess against me. You will all die. Right, fortified bad territory, and this is the territory where we are probably going to have to concede defeat, because this thing has twice the amount of HP that a normal round 140 bad would. Yes, a round 140 bad would. Which means this thing just has a humongous amount of HP more than around 119 bad would have. Fun times. Yeah, there aren't any bandages put onto this thing yet. Yes, its eyes are closed, which it normally has. I'm just looking at it right now. No wait, that thing has its eyes open. Okay, maybe if I do Jones's level 10 ability, maybe we would have more of a chance here, because of the fact that it doubles our mortar damage, and I am a dumbass for not realizing that sooner. Maybe we do have a chance. Maybe we do have a chance. Okay. Do I want to spend 500 to continue? We'll get some money out of this map anyways as I go through the different stuff. Still not that much better though. It's bandaged now, but its tail is not even bandaged. That's the problem. You know, when you get to halfway, its HP, it's sorry, 75% of the way, its tail is bandaged, but it's only its fins which are bandaged, which means that this, without a question or shadow of doubt, is going to be the end of the run. If we can get its tail bandaged, then we know we have made progress in comparison to my... There we go, 75%. But we're almost at the end of this map now, so this is going to be the end of the video here, and 500 moolah wasted. But hey, that is just the joy of going through one of these adventures. And not even Ultra Boost made a difference. But that is part of the fun. So, sorry if I've been gone for so long. I'm really sorry about that, but it's just beyond my control, unfortunately. When your PC packs up, you can't really make videos, and I'm really sorry about that one. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Also, thank you to everybody that has been using my creator support code so far, whether it's getting the new Zero Prestige Pack, or Rogue Legends as well. We've been getting some of those as well. A few fast tracks, 1 or 2 double cash modes. I've thoroughly appreciated each and every single one of you. It's another Masters of the Universe collab, and I definitely have it because of my spiffy new Adora avatar. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.